Guys, okay, John here, and it's like in the middle of the night. I just got back from watching a fan screening of Batman v Superman. This was not the press screening, this was actually a fan screening that those of us who went to remember about a year ago when Batman v Superman had the trailer presentation in IMAX? Well, if you went to that, which I did, then you got early access to a special advance fan screening, which I went to tonight. Now, I'm putting this up now because I believe as a fan screening, I'm not, and because I'm not putting this up on any official website, this is, I'm free from embargo because I'm seeing other fans putting up their reviews. So I'm going to give you my quick review, my quick thought. This is non-spoilers, no spoilers here, on Batman v Superman. Now, I just came back from watching it, okay? So I need to process this a little bit, and I'm going to go see it again on Tuesday night and then again on Thursday, and I'll have a better idea then. But as far as my first reactions, I really liked it. I really liked it. I had a very good time watching this movie. First, the big question: Ben Affleck is Batman. I believe Ben Affleck is now the quintessential Batman on screen. Ben Affleck is the best Batman we've ever had. And I know some people are going to yell at me that that's sacrilegious. And John, you're just saying that because you've been, behind Ben Affleck the whole time. Look, I can just tell you my honest opinion. My honest opinion is he rocked it, completely rocked it. And people who were bashing on Ben Affleck as Batman, they're going to be eating their words because he is, I think, the best Batman we've ever had on screen. So I thought he was fantastic. He was magnificent. I'm not going to do any spoilers here, so I'm going to keep this very vague. But Henry Cavill, again, was a great Superman. I thought he built upon and evolved from the Superman we got in Man of Steel. And I thought this movie was such a natural continuation of Man of Steel because basically the movie starts where Man of Steel sort of leaves off, but you'll see what I mean when you see the movie. But it felt like a really nice natural continuation. It felt great. I really enjoyed it. To my surprise, Jesse Eisenberg was really strong as Lex Luthor. I didn't know how I was going to feel about him as Lex Luthor, especially after watching the trailers. It's like, is he this kind of Lex Luthor? Is he that kind of Lex Luthor? But by the time the movie was done, and you can tell I'm trying to stay quiet because my wife's sleeping in the other room. It's like 2:00 in the morning here. But by the time the movie was done, I really appreciated this particular Lex Luthor. It's unlike any Lex Luthor we've ever thought about or seen before, but for me, it really worked. I thought the action was great. I thought the fight between Batman and Superman was awesome. I ate up the fight between Batman and Superman. I had a really good time with it. I loved the way it progressed. I love how it started. I loved how it finished. I loved how it all resolved itself and all that kind of stuff. So I really enjoyed that. Amy Adams is good in everything she's in. So once again, she's good as Lois Lane. So no surprise there. Perry White was an even better Perry White in this movie than he was in Man of Steel. I thought that was really cool. Jeremy Irons is a great Alfred too. I mean, they really nail that 90s Batman animated series relationship between Bruce and Alfred, kind of, and Alfred's a little more snarky and whatever. And I really like the Alfred stuff too. The big, coming from me, the big issue, of course, is Gal Gadot. Because for those of you who've been watching me for any period of time, you know that my big concern going into this movie was Gal Gadot. And I thought if anything could sink this movie, it would be Gal Gadot. And I just saw 999 a couple of weeks ago, and she was awful in that movie. So I was really worried. But I can tell you, she does not sink this movie. She does not ruin this movie. Now, I don't think telling you how many lines she has in the movie is a spoiler. But she has about 12 lines in the movie. And some of the lines are pretty wooden. Some of the lines aren't bad. Like I'll tell you, the scene you see in the trailer where her and Bruce are at her and Bruce Wayne are at a formal event, and like he's got a tux on, she's got a gown on. She has a couple of lines in that scene, and they're actually delivered pretty good. Not just okay, not just passable, but actually pretty good. And then there are moments, a lot of her lines in the movie in different moments come across pretty wooden. Like, I wish I could recite a couple of the lines for you to give you an example, but that would be spoilerish. But even then, kind of wooden is the worst you can say. They used her right. They put her in a position to highlight what strengths she has, and they didn't put her in situations that would expose her weaknesses as an actress at this point. So it was fine. Anybody who tells you, I said this in my Periscope, anybody who tells you that Gal Gadot ruins this movie, I think they are just anti-DC haters who we're going to say anything negative about the movie to start with. But at the same time, these rumors that went out that Wonder Woman is actually one of the standout characters in the movie. No, she's not. Not because she's not good. Like, this was a really good character, but not in the movie all that much. And but look, for me, you know how worried I've been about Gal Gadot. I've been talking about the Gal Gadot casting for a long time. And I'm going to tell you, I think overall it worked. I still wholeheartely, and I think anybody who goes into this movie with an open mind will say that if it was played by another actress, it probably would have been better, but it worked. So look, the movie does not suffer because Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. So I'll let you see it and decide that for yourself. But for me, I thoroughly enjoyed the film. I think it was very comic bookish. Like, very comic bookish. They went to places in this movie that I did not think they would have the balls to do, nor did I think they had the vision to do, but they went to these places. Now, I'll talk more in depth about this in my podcast. So look for, it's not up now, it'll be up tomorrow, episode 8 of the John Campea podcast. I'll go more in depth at that point, but still no spoilers. I'll be doing a spoilers review in a couple of days. You know me, I don't like to do a spoilers review until after the movie is out. So look for that on probably Friday morning. I'll put out a spoilers review. But I thoroughly enjoyed the film. Right now, as of this moment, and remember, I just came from seeing it. My mind might change overnight, so stay tuned. For now, if I had to give it a score out of 10, I really enjoyed it. So I'd give it an 8. I'd give it a big solid 8. And I think not everybody, nobody likes everything, but I think a lot of people are going to like this. I think this will get a higher Rotten Tomatoes score than Man of Steel. So yeah, those are my thoughts right now. I'll go in more in depth in the John Campea podcast, but those are my quick initial results for Batman versus Superman. Jump in the comments and let me know if you saw the film at one of these big fan screenings that have been happening all across the country. Jump in the comment section and let me know. Please don't put any spoilers in the comments, because we don't want to spoil it for everybody else. Thanks for joining me. My name's John Campea.